Slatty, what is going? We got UVA student bullied and hazed for years, killed 3 students on campus. Damn, that crazy. Before we get in this bit, make sure you subscribe right now. I ain't gonna do too much talking. Let's just get into it. You hear me?
He waits when the family feels.
Devin Chandler and Deshaun Perry. The 3 young men were star football players for UVA. Talented, bright young men with great futures ahead of them, no doubt. Police say the student athletes were shot on board a bus just as they returned from a school field trip to see a play right here in D.C.
Year-old Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. reportedly overcame a troubled childhood. Dad admits his son struggled after dad left the family. The father and son had no contact for 11 years. Still, the 22-year-old seemingly overcame his challenges, making the National Honor Society, attending UVA. But take a listen to the last conversation his father said he shared with his son.
He was real paranoid when I talked to him about something. He wouldn't tell me everything. He said some people was picking on him or whatever. He didn't know how to handle it. I just told him, just go to school, don't pay him no mind. Do what you gotta do. Come on,
How the hell you ain't gonna pay niggas a mind when they bothering you? I understand it's easy to say that, but sometimes hell nah. I mean, if a nigga get bullied, I understand, but don't crash out, my boy. Beat nigga ass, something catch his ass out of school or something but don't goddamn crash out, my boy.
One more year. My hearts go out to the family. I don't know what to say, except I'm sorry on his behalf.
And so we thought he was going to shoot everyone on the bus at that point.
Campus.
Chris got up and pushed Lavelle. And then after he pushed him, he was like, you guys are always messing with me. He said something weird like that. But it was very bizarre because they didn't talk to him the whole trip.
Fear and fury.
And there just kept coming more and more gunshots. The shooter just kind of walked or skipped off the bus when I saw him pass. And all the men had such a beautiful spirit. They always had a smile on their face. They never showed any level of exhaustion. So personable and kind.
Before we continue with this story, family, let me just say this. The real reason, part of the reason I don't give an angle on this platform is because you never know what someone's going through. And you never know both sides of the story until you're able to get both sides of the story. But it seemed as if, though, we had a college kid who was 1 year from graduating and ended up just exploding after being picked on for at least 2.
Damn, you crashed out, my boy. You was almost done with college and you crashed out to these stupid, dumb ass niggas. Bro, and you in college with it? What the fuck? I understand high school, but you in college? Come on now, be real.
Authorities for some time now, dating back to being hazed in 2021 on campus. Now, we have an incident where this young man had took the life of 3 individuals who was also star football players for the university we're going to later discuss as well. So before we get into this one, remember, family, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to jump right to it, family. We got to stop past the Commonwealth State down there in Virginia. National news has surfaced that 3 members of the Cavaliers football team had actually been laid to rest at the UVA shooting. But check this out, family. The person who was accused of this was a UVA student as well. He was on a football roster in 2018, but he didn't play not one game. And it was also reported that Christopher Darnell Jr. was also on the police radar since September. But as you listen to people who was close to Darnell and also a young female who was 19 years old at the time and also on the bus where the 3 students have been put to rest, she actually told authorities and the news reporters that he told Darnell, that is, the students, y'all keep picking on me and I'm tired of it. And then the dad stated how a month before he was going through things, saying people was picking on him and he didn't know how to handle it. All this happened on November 15, 2022. Reports had indicated that the University of Virginia student accused of the demise of 3 players on the college football team and injuring 2 others had allegedly asked about a video game before shooting Sunday night. It then stated once Darnell Jr. got an answer from one of the students, he then proceeds to let off gunfire. With over 30 people on that bus, it seemed as if though Darnell Jr. intended to hit the 3 football players and got all three of his targets. The three people who ended up losing their life was Deshaun Perry, Devin Chandler, and Lavelle Davis Jr. May they all rest in peace and love and condolences to their family. But as I did more research, family, I gotta admit, it seemed as if, though, Christopher Darnell Jr. been getting picked on for some time now. It was an incident that the university didn't go in details about Christopher.
Damn, I ain't know black people shoot up schools. Like, I ain't know black people school shooters. That's crazy.
For Darnell Jr. actually been a victim of hazing. Now, before we get into that, let's go over what is actually hazing on a college campus. Most often, you hear this when it comes to sorority and things of that nature. But according to the U.S. English Dictionary, hazing means the imposition of strenuous, often humiliating tasks as part of a program or rigorous physical training and initiation. Army cadets were hospitalized for injuries caused by hazing, which is a definition. But check this out, family. The suspect, Christopher Jones, he had been on the threat assessment team's radar earlier because of a hazing investigation that was eventually closed after witnesses would not cooperate. Police did not provide more details about the incident either. Authorities claim while investigating the hazing incident, the school learned about prior criminal incidents involving a concealed weapon violation that occurred outside the city of Charlottesville in February of 2021. Now, in no shape, way, or form am I condoning what this man did to these three individuals. But why do authorities have a tendency of throwing another criminal case on top of an incident that we asking about? We're asking about the hazing incident, not a prior case with a concealed weapon.
A University of Virginia student is in custody, accused of fatally shooting 3 members of the school's football team and wounding 2 others. Charlottesville police say Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. shot and killed the football players. They were on a bus full of students last night as they were all returning to campus from a field trip to D.C. University officials say Jones is a student who played on the football team in 2018, his freshman year. The victims have been identified as Deshaun Perry, Devin Chandler, and Lavelle Davis Jr.
This is an unimaginably sad day for our community. The entire university community is grieving this morning. My heart is broken.
What was most interesting to me was the fact over 50% of the...
There's no word yet on a motive for the attack. Among the students on that bus last night was a pre-med student from the main line. One of those victims was a close friend of hers. In an exclusive interview, she spoke with our Aziza Schuler about what she saw and heard. Aziza?
Yugi, confused, heartbroken, and devastated, also helpless. Those are the words 19-year-old Ryan Lynch told me were what she was feeling after that deadly shooting. Now, in our exclusive conversation, she said this was a close, kind-hearted group of students.
And so we thought he was going to shoot everyone on the bus at that point.
Those are the chilling words from 19-year-old Ryan Lynch as she shares with Eyewitness News exclusively the devastating late-night phone call she made to her mother Sunday night, detailing how a perfect day quickly turned into a nightmare.
We had been in the same class the whole year, but this was just truly...
Damn, Shawty bad as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Like, what's her Instagram? What's Shawty Instagram? She bad as hell. I like her.
the bonding experience.
Lynch said Sunday evening about 25 of her classmates and a professor were returning from a field trip in D.C. when a student who police identified as Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. pulled out a gun as they were arriving back on campus.
Chris got up and pushed Lavelle. And then after he pushed him, he was like, you guys are always messing with me. He said something weird like that. But it was very bizarre because they didn't talk to him the whole trip.
Then Lynch describes the fear and fury.
And there just kept coming more and more gunshots. The shooter just kind of walked or like skipped off the bus when I saw him pass.
Police say Jones allegedly killed 3 UVA football players, one of them Lynch's friend.
He just had so many gunshots in him. And all the men had such a beautiful spirit to them. They always had a smile on their face. They never showed any level of exhaustion. so personable and kind.
We spoke with her mother, Robin Lynch, in Wynwood hours after receiving the frightening call no parent ever wants to hear.
I think it's a sad state of affairs that, you know, our children have to live to some degree in fear of, you know, the potential of something like this.
The university canceled Monday and Tuesday classes, as well as a basketball game, and the UVA president said that there will be counseling services available to all students.
Once again, prayers, love, and condolences. But honestly, man, when a loved one say they in need, they going through something, it's not best just to... I know we got a bad tendency, especially people with the same color of skin as me. We supposed to forget about it. We supposed to, you know, toughen up, especially males. You can't show no sign of female tendencies, right?
Yeah.
But in actuality, man, that's how things start to boil up and get to a explosion point like this gentleman here. And unfortunately, 3 people lost their life because of those actions. It's a trickle-down effect. It's really prayers to everyone involved. Honestly, love and condolences to the family. Fam, I gotta know how y'all feel about this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Damn, that shit crazy. My condolences, man. You hear me? Anyway, that shit crazy. Anyway, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.